Hashanah, praise the Lord Jesus, and welcome back to Queer. No.
Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Okay.
Girl, you knew on the show was gonna be a hot mess.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness. All right. All jokes and pettiness aside, welcome to the color side of queer things. We had to change the name because, like,
Some religious thing at it first, oddly enough. It was like a religious
scary
thing. It was like gay Christian voices or something. I don't know. It called itself Queerology, and well, copyright.
Yeah, we ain't trying to get sued. We ain't got money.
We like broke, that. Yeah.
Anywho, last time on our wonderful little podcast talk show, whatever the fuck you want to call it, we discussed a little. We got a little sidetracked, but it was like the right kind of sidetracked. We talked a little bit about transphobia. Well, she was like
transphobia.
Yeah, it turned into transphobia, but we were talking about the I had to look at my notes. I was like, what was he talking about? I was like, what were we talking about? We were talking about conform or die, the division between LGBT as a whole, yada, yada, yada. And we were supposed to talk about biphobia and Erasure, but we kind of ran out of time. So we're going to jump directly back into that with everyone's favorite bi woman,
Micky Bay.
And
this dude.
The Blackwind. If you ain't extra, you ain't doing it right. Anyway, I pulled up some myths about bis.
That will be debunked by your local bisexual. Hello.
Because we all know it's a bunch of bullshit. Let's put all the cards on the goddamn table. If you are afraid of bisexual people,
you're an asshole.
Not only are you an asshole, but you're stupid. It doesn't really make any sense why somebody should be afraid, and I use that term very fucking lightly, because like I said last time, it's not a fear, it's hatred. There's a difference between being afraid of something and hating something. You bitches ain't afraid, bitch. Okay, getting ahead of myself. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Okay. Myths about bi people.
I ain't gonna lie though, like doing research, I had to stop doing research several times.
Yeah, because
I kept getting mad. Like as an actual bisexual, I'm sitting there like, it's like going on Reddit and like posting a roast me, and like just like people just going for the jugular. Like none of it is true, and it all hurts my feelings.
This is why we stay away from Reddit.
I don't even go on Reddit. I just like see the posts circulating.
I'm afraid to go anywhere near Reddit, but that is not what this is about.
It scares me.
Anyway, myths about bi people. It's just a phase. You're just experimenting. Bitch, what? Hi, I'm your local heterosexual male. I think I want to try dick.
And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Exactly.
But, like... That is something completely separate.
Yeah, because
that's like saying a lemon and a lime are the same thing. Like they're similar, but they're not different. The
same. Okay, you're just ashamed / scared / embarrassed to say that you're gay or lesbian. Now, in some cases, that is kind of true. I personally thought I was bi when I was like going through puberty, and I was trying to say that I was bi so that I could be okay with the gay side. Like I was just like, oh, if I like women too, I guess it balances it out. But that's not necessarily that is not a fact. That's just stupid.
And then also, I've forgotten who said this to me, but somebody did say this once years ago where it's like, as you get older, your understanding of the different sexualities and your understanding of your own personal sexuality changes. So there are people who identify as bi in the beginning, just like Blackwind here.
Yeah.
And as they get older and they understand more of what they like, more of what they don't like, they learn more about the different sexuality groups. It changes. And so you have people that will then branch out and be like, well, I was bisexual, but now I am insert sexuality group here. And even then, it's all on the spectrum.
Yeah. Because Egbert, a.k.a.
Okay.
No, because Egbert's bi. And he had been in a, I don't want to call it a heterosexual relationship, because it's not.
Heterosexual presenting?
There you go. I don't really know the terminologies for that particular specific thing. But he had been in that kind of relationship for the majority of his life. And when they had broken up, he was interested to explore the other side of, like, his feelings, you know? So, just because if you identify as a man or you identify as a... Let me say this correctly. If you identify as a man and you date someone that identifies as a woman and you consider yourself bi, that does not make you that doesn't make you straight. If you
want me to say it?
Huh?
You want me to say it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So
if you are presenting one gender and you date somebody presenting of the opposite gender, you are still bisexual at the end of the day. You just happen to be attracted to somebody of the opposite gender. It does not invalidate your bisexuality.
Thank you. You said that way easier than I did. Another fucking myth is you'll cheat on whoever you're with. First of all, if you're a cheater...
You a cheater. It don't matter.
Exactly. Like, if you're a cheater, you're a cheater. That's just how it is. Just because somebody's bisexual does not make them a cheater. Straight people cheat all the time. Gay people cheat all the time.
They do.
Sorry, I cut you off.
I know, but that it stems from an insecurity of other people's partners, where they think that it's like the stereotype of the crazy ex-girlfriend, where they always want to know what the heck their person is up to because they don't want their person cheating. It stems from that, where it's like they think that because they're bisexuals are not attracted to every single thing that walks by.
Exactly.
Okay? We're going to put that out there right now, okay? But it's
Fact.
like, if they are in a committed relationship, and like me personally, I'm like, if we have made it clear to each other, because I am stupid, you got to tell me straight up, black and white, that we are in a relationship.
Mood.
Then just like a normal human being, like, they're going to do what needs to be done to make sure they stay proper in that relationship.
Yeah.
If someone's going to cheat, they gonna cheat. It don't matter if they're gay, straight, bi, anything else.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. It is a myth that is perpetuated by jealous lovers.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Okay. One says, you're just greedy. Bitch!
0 times 0 is still 0. Like...
That was good. Oh, that was a good one. Now, 0 times 0 is just still 0.
You think I'm getting whatever.
Greedy. So, no tea, no shade. No, I'm not going to say that because...
You can say it.
No, because I'm not trying to add anybody like that. Because everybody, disclaimer, everybody has their preferences and everybody has their desires. I cannot speak for anybody else for what they want. And I can't judge anybody else for what they want. But like polyamorous people, mm-hmm. I'm not saying that they're greedy, but that's a little bit more. No, see, because now I feel like I'm trying.
No one's being greedy.
Yeah, I'm not.
The thing is that
I'm trying to say that better.
It's like it's breaking from the norm of having only one partner.
Yeah.
Or having only one partner option. And so anything outside of that, it's like, oh, you're taking what people believe you shouldn't have. But it's like, if I have enough room in my heart and in my mind, and I'm a strong enough person to love multiple people at once, like you can love both of your parents, you can love all of your siblings at once.
I can't.
It's not.
This is not about you.
What did I tell you earlier? But it's like if you have it in you to love two people at the same capacity at the same time, like more power to you. But
I couldn't do it.
Some
I can
people
barely.
can't.
I
And
can
that's
barely
fine.
handle myself.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But no, it's not that we're being greedy. It's you. Guess what, Karen? You just mad because we got more options.
Why are you always calling out Karen?
Because that's the generic name we use for everything.
Like
Karen just mad
like
that we
mayonnaise?
got options. Karen Mayonnaise McGee is just mad that I got options, and she stuck with Brad.
Brad, who don't want her.
Brad Kackenheimer.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to that part.
I know, I'm all looking down, not even looking. But no,
Oh,
Karen's just jealous.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Karen's just jealous that bi people and poly people have more options than she do.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next? You're always down for a threesome.
That is a fucking lie. No. No. Absolutely not.
Bonk. What the fuck did you say?
You can't. I'm so tired of all of this. Like I said, it's like going through this trying to like find stuff is so aggravating. Oh my gosh.
God, because like these are stupid.
They are.
They're really stupid.
They're stupid, and for the most part, they seem like they are being perpetuated by people outside of the LGBT community. And then, like we talked on the last time, it's that better you than me. So then the rest of the community is turning it like bisexual people make up a majority of the LGBT. The B is in the thing for a reason. Yeah.
But have you ever seen that meme? It's like the little L, then the gigantic G, the middle-sized B, and then like a tiny T. And I'm just like, okay.
Then there was one meme where it's like
sad but true.
What does the B in LGBT stand for? Bees?
Lesbian, gays, bees, and
T-Rexes. And if you look,
my heart, I felt it like drop.
It's all jokes all the time.
Bees.
It may be serious, but it's still all jokes all the time. Bees.
Oh, here's one. This one is stupid. This one gets on my nerves. You'll spread disease because you're promiscuous. Bitch, if you promiscuous, you promiscuous. Bitch, if you a hoe, you a hoe. Let's call it what it is. Just because you like both don't make you a hoe.
And honestly, my thing with that is, I always tell all my friends know me for saying this. Be a hoe, but be a safe hoe. It does not matter who it is you are sleeping with. Wrap it up.
Keep it tight.
Take your meds. Get it checked.
And don't die.
Honestly. Like, that's really the biggest thing with that. But it's like... And honestly, some of these things cancel it out. It's like, oh, you're promiscuous, but nobody wants to sleep with us anyway. So how are we... Like, I remember in high school, this girl called me a slutty nun. Like, it's that type... Exactly. It's that type of juxtaposition. It's like, we're not... The cameraman has a question.
A slutty nun?
Yeah.
a slutty nun.
It was freshman year in high school, story time to Micky's formative days.
Micky's formative days.
So it was in high school, and this is what made me, first of all, get a Facebook. Because this one chick was online.
# origin story.
Talking so much shit about me. And I was just like, I was in the same friend group as her, so I was just like, what the heck is this? And so somebody was trying to send me the links and everything. You have to sign up to Facebook to see anything back in those days. And so I sign up, and I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, none of this shit makes sense. So,
who is this bitch?
Like, I'm just as extra as my mother, okay? I printed out everything. And I rolled up to her and I was just like, so what the hell is this about? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bitch, it has your name on it. It has your username on it. And she still denied that she knew whatever it was about.
Sometimes you gotta pull up on a bitch. Though.
But no, then later that night, like, she gets back on Facebook and she's like, she's a stupid bitch and a slutty nun and she's gonna die a virgin. I was like, right? Yes, Buster.
Yes, Mr. Cameraman.
Exactly. But no, then I started, like, later on in high school, I started saying that I'm the sluttiest virgin you'll ever meet, so.
Hey, put it out like a name.
I know, because I was just like, what the heck? But no, it's that juxtaposition with the bisexual community. It's like,
did you hear
everyone thinks that we're hoes, but then nobody wants to sleep with us anyway?
There's way too much like, oh, you're bi? No.
I mean, and plus, it's like, that's also, I guess, kind of later. Like, bisexuality itself is on a spectrum. And it's an umbrella, I see it as an umbrella term for a couple of other sexualities, but that also may be jumping ahead.
You never know. I think that can, I do believe that also pertains, so if you'd like to talk about it, go ahead.
For me personally, it's like bisexuality is on a spectrum. It's not always a 50-50 split between male and female attraction, male and female. Okay. So bisexuality, you have attracted to male, attracted to female. It kind of, in my own experiences, bleeds into pansexuality, where it doesn't really, then it goes to male presenting and female presenting. And so you do have a lot of people that, like me, that consider themselves both bisexual and pansexual because it applies to both places. But there is a spectrum. So you have the ones that are bisexual. It could be like the 80-20 split. 80% attracted to men, 20% attracted to women, vice versa, any combination thereof. And it's like, it's a whole thing. Like, it's not just this one cookie cutter type deal.
And that's what kind of bothers me about all of this. Yeah. Is like everybody wants to be very point blank about everything.
Yeah.
Like I've heard a lot of like gay men that are just like, gay. I'm gay. I like guys. Okay. Good job. Good for you. Okay. You're bi? Oh, no. I don't mess with bi. I don't mess with bi people because you like women. What's wrong with that? Maybe, like, you know, and you don't know. You could be a bi person and be very attracted to men and, like, have a little bit of an attraction to women. Or the other way around. Everything. Sexuality, gender, all of that shit is on a gigantic fucking spectrum. And there's no right or wrong answer. Mm-mm. And that's what bothers me about a lot of people. It's like everyone is so quick to put a fucking label on something.
Because when you label it, it's easier to understand.
Trust me, I know.
So it's like, some people, like, it's like, I'm still like on the fence if I want to go to Pride or not. Because it's that, and first of all, it's not even like a thing anymore. Now it's just like, how many naked penises do I have to see today?
You know,
like, that's really what Pride is.
You know,
in my area.
I've never gone to Pride because it's not what it was supposed to be about anymore.
And at Smirnoff, okay, like, I can tell y'all watered that thing down. My feelings are still hurt, and it's been like a year.
Wait a minute. No, I can tell y'all watered this down. Well, they have to make that shit stretch.
I know, but still. I paid $14.
For what?
It was like a I don't know, strawberries or something. It was good, but I could tell.
Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. When in doubt, water it out. That's what I always say.
Big kids know when our food is being messed with, okay? Point blank period.
Anywho.
The next one.
The next one is, bisexuality is transphobic because they enforce a gender binary.
That's a fucking lie.
I was about to say, I call bullshit. That don't even sound like that made sense. Bisexuality is transphobic. Okay. Because it enforces a gender binary.
It really doesn't.
It just that just goes over the head, doesn't it?
It's like I always hear about like they call them TERFs or whatever.
The fuck is a TERF?
TERFs. I don't know, but it's like a phrase.
I feel like
for
I've
people.
heard that before.
Yeah, like I'm from Tumblr. So be warned. Because trans exclusionary radical feminists.
Oh no.
Y'all.
Oh, no.
So it's pretty much just like it's really like a bunch of stupid stuff that like I'm trying to have like an educated way of saying this, but there is no educated way of saying it because it's so stupid. But pretty much it's one of those pit these two communities against each other and they're hoping for mutually assured destruction. Like that's kind of the long and short of it. It's like with TERFs, it's like they are for lack of a better word, they are the ones that are transphobic, and they spread that throughout the rest of the community, in my opinion. They're like that bridge between like the LGBT community and the rest of the world in terms of hating trans people. And then they want to like lump in bisexuality with their nonsense and be like, well, bi people, it's like, no, Catherine, you do that. We do not.
We behave ourselves.
Like the rest of us know what's up. It's like, that's our homies. We are not about to do that. But no, so it's weird, at least in my opinion. I have yet to meet somebody who openly identifies as bisexual and is transphobic at the same time. I mean, there could be somebody that is, and they're just not open about that. Because, I mean, me, with self-preservation skills, I wouldn't be open if I was anti-somebody, unless I had the opportunity to fight them. But that's something else entirely different. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like, they just want to... I'm always ready to fight. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know why. I know one day someone's just gonna roll up and hit me, and I'm just be like, I don't know what I said, but I probably said shit. They finally got me. But no, it's one of those myths that just it's trying to pit bi people against trans people to essentially destabilize the community,
which is already on a rickety ass bridge as it is.
You ever see them extreme Jengas where it's just that one piece at the bottom sitting on top of that other piece? That's the B and the T of the LGBT. Y'all need to get that together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's my favorite one. Bisexuality isn't real, and bisexuals don't really exist.
You're absolutely right. This has all been an illusion.
Yep.
Green screen is fantastic.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Falsehood.
I'm so tired of that one. Oh my gosh.
Falsehood. What's the word? It's a fallacy.
A fallacy.
It's a farce. Bitch.
Like, that one had me so mad.
So, I just do not understand what is with all the hatred. Because, now, listening to all of these, does any of this shit sound like fear?
No, it's just simple, it's hatred. It's not, well, it's misunderstanding and a misdirection of your fear of the unknown.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can give you that one.
But it is not enough of a fear to hate a person simply because... And, yeah, no, it's not enough fear. It's not enough of that fear to insist on hating somebody over something that really doesn't even involve you. Like... There's a celebrity I was following that I do follow still online, and it was super funny because they were always asking them about their sexuality. This is from like years ago, and it was super funny. They just made a short video of somebody coming up to them and was like, "Hey, are you into boys or girls?" And they're like, "Am I screwing you?" They're like, "No." It's like, "Don't worry about it." And it's like, that's pretty much the long and short of that. If you're not in their pants, don't ask them questions.
Because that show ain't got nothing to do with you.
It really doesn't.
Like, for the longest time, I don't know what bi erasure is.
It's the pretending that they have not been a part of the gay rights movement, pretending that.
Oh, so like it's literally like they're trying to erase them from like.
There was an ancient Egyptian queen, I believe her name was Hatshepsut, where they literally went through, and after she died and her son had taken the throne in ancient Egypt, he went through and like removed her face from reliefs a lot throughout the country, removed her face from statues. It's similar to
Bro, are you that petty? Really? It's like that?
I mean, some people are. And so it's just pretty much making it seem as though bisexuals are a brand new thing, but it's like, no, you have Freddie Mercury, who's bisexual. You have David Bowie, who had said he was bisexual, but then retracted the statement later on in his life.
I thought he was pan.
I don't know what he was. A hot mess.
I like
He was chill.
I like David.
But you have so many people who are bisexual, and I think now it's like it seems like there are more of them, but it's like people. Bis have always been around. We've always been around. What is it? If you go through history, like you'll find a lot of like ancient historical figures that were considered bisexual or dabbled in the art thereof.
I think what the problem is, it's like that hierarchy thing.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to bicker and argue, and nobody wants to get the fuck along. But we want to put on the face like we're this big, happy fucking family. We're the LGBTQAX471392 divided by 7. Y'all want to be inclusive, but y'all don't want to include no fucking body.
Copyright that. Pause.
Cut. Oh,
I don't want to include nobody.
Hey, y'all don't want to include nobody.
That's literally my biggest argument with the queer community. Just like, we're all inclusive. We're all friends.
Oh my god,
no,
we're just like
fucking not. I'd stab you given the chance.
That part.
Okay. Both of y'all.
You gotta sync it up.
Technically, he is right. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6,
7, 7, 8, 9. Bitch, we on time. Anyhow. Anyhow.
Look, it applies. But yeah, like that's one of my biggest qualms with the LGBTQ plus community. It's like I remember like being involved I've been involved in the various clubs since high school, and it was I remember like getting straight up cussed out because we didn't add the plus on our form, and I'm like, plus what? Because genuinely, like, first of all, I was still like learning.
Plus what?
I was young in my knowledge of the different sexualities.
I'm crying.
But it was just, it's like, what about like ones that are lesser known? Demisexual, asexual.
We need an acronym, not an alphabet.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be the alphabet.
Goodness gracious, I understand everybody wants to be included, and I don't want to exclude nobody, but maybe we should just change the fucking shit altogether.
Or we can just shake it up and just have people know which one it is. I'm also dyslexic. I was about to try and make up a brand new acronym, and I realized I couldn't.
Oh, note to self, by the next episode, I will have an acronym.
No, oh god. He gonna make that up on his own with
no
help from me.
Yep.
Do not come after me with whatever nonsense he's about to make.
I bet you'd be a hit.
But it's like that's why we have the plus. Like, that's what the plus is supposed to be for. It's like, we may not mention you all by name. What? Oh, Lord.
It just hit me.
Uh-oh.
We should be plus ultra.
You keep your weave shit out this podcast.
Now you know, if I turned on this microphone and all these damn cameras, you'd have been like, yes, bitch!
Keep the weave shit. I guess that should be stated, like, Blackwind and I are super big weebs, and he's trying to sit over here and make My Hero Academia jokes.
I'm sorry. This is a serious educational tea spilling, margarita drinking.
It's fine, but you have to understand that is already taken.
That ain't stopped me before. Plus Ultra. No.
No, because people gonna take it and be hecka extra.
And then somehow somebody's gonna manage to get mad about it. Be like, "Oh, you didn't include me, bitch."
That's the plus. Like that's what people always want to fight about, but it's like that's literally what the plus is, though.
I think people just enjoy arguing.
They enjoy arguing, and it's like they want to. It's like that kid in class that wanted to that said "here" really loud when they wanted to make sure the teacher knew they were there.
Here.
It's like nobody cares, Gregory. Like if you're sitting in your assigned seat, we know. Like, I'm sorry. I do be pulling these names out of nowhere. I do not know people.
Gregory, sit your ass down.
It's like,
but I'm here.
It's like, shut up. I know you're here. I just have to go through this.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, no, it's just that, like what you said, it's like they want to consider themselves all-inclusive, especially during Pride Month of June. Oh, God. But really, they don't want nobody. It's like, oh yeah, you're totally welcome in the cafeteria, but you can't sit with us.
That part, though.
That's really all. And it's like, that's how, at least what I see from bisexuals, like, that's how we get treated. It's like, oh yeah, we're fun to have around if you want to experiment, if you want that extra person on your team.
See,
but it's like nobody really wants to have us around.
And that's one of the things that gets under my skin. Because guilty as charged, I used to have that mindset. But that's because I didn't know any bi people. I didn't understand that. I didn't think that it wasn't real, but I didn't understand how you could like both. Mm-hmm. Like I'd always be like, wouldn't you like one more? And sometimes maybe you do. And that's not a problem.
It's like looking at our flag. It's like it's blue on one side, pink on the other, and then purple in the middle. Like, purple is a completely separate color.
Yes.
It is comprised of both, but it is still recognized as a separate color altogether. And that's the way it is. Bisexuality enjoys the company of men, enjoys the company of women, presenting either which way they choose.
Exactly.
And it is in itself its own sexuality. And it's really other people from outside trying to force a label that they themselves can understand because they don't want to take the time to learn the nuances.
But the thing that don't make no sense to me is that there's already a label. The word is bi.
Yeah.
Bi means two.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It is.
It
is a Greek word meaning two or more.
That's okay.
Like bicentennial.
Or
bipolar. Biannual. Bi-weekly. Bi-monthly.
For those of y'all who get paid bi-weekly, you should understand this concept.
Bi-monthly, really.
Damn. Poor broke bitch.
First of all, I'm sitting right here.
I'm kidding. No, but I just, like, people try, like, that's the thing that doesn't get me about transphobia and biphobia, is people are so quick to slap the suffix phobia on anything that they don't understand.
And then
bitch,
it's like,
no.
It's like, screw what your teachers say. Wikipedia is actually a very educational source. But
you do have to read.
You do got to make sure you're reading it right. But it says that some allegations, at least towards bisexual men, because I'm about to get into this. Y'all ain't ready for this. But it then goes to biphobia based on biphobia of bisexual men and biphobia of bisexual women. Bisexual men are considered homophobic because they don't want to spend all their time around gay men. Gay men, this isn't always about you.
Never.
It's not always about you guys. Y'all are wonderful.
Are they?
I care deeply, but it ain't always about you.
The world don't revolve around you.
Surprisingly. And then for at least what I've seen with bisexual women, at least with some that I do know, it's like they get harassed because either A, they don't want to join said threesome and thus perpetuate or help create a fetish or fantasy for a heterosexual member of that threesome group, or a woman can be bisexual, a woman or a man can still be bisexual. They end up marrying somebody of the opposite gender. As I said in the beginning, it does not invalidate your bisexuality, but from inside the community, you receive hatred because it's like, oh, you want to perpetuate the heteronormative. It's like, no, it's like, I like both. I just happen to like this one a little bit more today.
And if, say, there was, let's use two men in a relationship. Mm-hmm. One's gay, one's bisexual. They decide they want to get married. Nobody bats a fucking eye. Mm-hmm. Why?
Because it's gay rights.
Exactly. But if that same bi person decides to get with a woman and get married and live their best life, now all of a sudden it's an issue.
It is, and
it's just like, oh, I thought you were gay. I never said that. You put that thought onto me because I like both. Mm-hmm. And, like, I feel like people spend too much time in other people's business. Like, it's just like, at the end of the day, that shit don't got nothing to do with you.
If you are not between my legs, it doesn't matter.
Really, though?
Your opinion does not matter. And probably even then, your opinion still won't matter.
Honestly, sometimes it be like that. Tea, spilt. If you're mad, go home and cry to your mammy.
Honestly.
No, because...
Oh, and that, like, what is it? It's this thing. I'm looking at pride.com.
Pride.com.
So pride.com, this is under several tags. I'm not sure which ones are which, but it's, I think, the top 8 subtle biphobic phrases gay folks say all the time. That's the title of the article.
Gay folks. Y'all.
And it says, this one's number 7. It's like, aren't all women somewhat bi? As a bi woman, no. And it's like, it's already hard enough being a person who's into girls, because girls are already so affectionate with each other for the most part.
Somebody said that shit to me the other day.
But that, like, I've heard that used as an excuse to, like, see if I would kiss somebody.
Uh-huh. And
I'm like, no.
My friend's girlfriend is bisexual, and he was just like, they were talking, and she had made some comment about it, and he was just like, I don't know about that. And he's like, and then he had asked me, he was just like, are like girls all somewhat bi? And I was just like,
no, we're just more affectionate with each other.
Just because dudes don't know how to
hang out,
right? Like, you can hug your bro, and I swear if you say no homo, I will cut you. I will cut you deep in your fucking soul. So deep that you'll feel that shit for the rest of your fucking life. That is the dumbest phrase
it's 2019. Ever. All homo.
I was about to say all of the homo. If you still running from your
2% homo.
2%? Like 2%? Like milk?
Yes.
2% homo.
There was a fanfic I read where it's like, the kid would... one kid would always say, like, no homo, but his friend was gay, so his friend would always say whole homo. And, like, for the rest of their friend group, they got, like, t-shirts of, like, varying percentages of a homo.
Honestly?
And it's, like, what is it? Because, you know, they have, like, some milks where they add vitamins and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So one of them had, like, A and D vitamin homo.
Fat-free homo.
Like, one of them was, like, a bodybuilder, so it's, like, fat-free homo, 2% homo. Like, it's really cute. And
I need friends like that.
I want sweatshirts like that. Like, there was fan art and everything. That was the Attack on Titan fandom.
Can we do that? That sounds fun.
That does sound fun. But, yeah, it's like... And also, what the article also mentions the gold star, lesbian, or gay. That is, I think, an older term.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard? Okay, the gold star just means you have never slept with a person of the opposite sex. It's right up there with the status symbols and the hierarchy. It's like, well, I am a gold star. Well, guess what? I don't care. You want this or not? Like seriously.
I feel a surge in my brain.
Yeah, it's a stupid thing that
but
happens.
It's unnecessary, and that's it's bothering me. I keep saying it's bothering me because I can't.
It's bothering you.
Like I can't think of a better. It's stupid,
and
it's hella stupid.
It's one of those things that like people will say. I had somebody say that to me, and I was just like, I didn't know what it was at the time. But then I was like, oh, ew.
I'm a gold star lesbian.
Congratulations! Like, did you get a sticker or commemorative with it? Like,
did they give you a bumper sticker for the? Did they give you a bumper sticker for the car you can't drive because you're gay?
Like, it's just really one of those things, and it's like it's an interesting article. It's just especially if you are bisexual identifying, it's stuff that you have heard said to you. And it's like going through particular tags online and social media platforms.
Is there
it's
any
like,
more?
I hate myself.
Oh.
You get a has-been for the women who
Excuse me?
A has-been. So they were refers to a woman who used to date women but now primarily dates men. It's simple as your preference is changing and the bitch done walked off. It's as simple as your preference is changing and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a lesbian. It's like, no, they're just bisexual.
I'm gonna say something.
Go ahead, say it.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Oh, right here it says it. Sexuality is a journey. It's not a stagnant entity. And also number 5, like what you had mentioned. But I've never met a real gay bisexual man.
Oh my god.
Well,
what the hell?
I guess.
So what goes through your mind when you say something? I know a lot of people don't think before they speak, but who would fix their fucking mouth to say you're a has-been?
That, I think, is one of the older terms, too, because I've never heard that one until
I've never heard that. I was about, Like, do you not think, maybe that's a tin bit offensive? Before that, launch out of your big fat ass loud talking all the...
Deep breaths.
No, because that's aggravating. Because it's stupid. Who the fuck says that? Who... You know what? I think Amanda has finally stopped dating that girl. She's a has-been. No, Karen.
Oh, now you want to use Karen? You want to pound me for Karen?
Because Karen. No, fuck Karen. Oh, fucking ugly ass bitch. Man,
if there's anyone
else, I was just about to say, I'm sorry to all the Karens out there.
It's hurtful. I mean, I think that as a community, we are moving farther away as more people are coming out as bisexual, be it to themselves, to their friend groups, and it creates a stronger community because it's like, I look at it this way. We may be one of the lower rungs of the community, but you do still need us.
Yes.
And it's like, you've tried to take bits and pieces of us away, but we are starting to come back stronger. Not like we're a militia or anything.
We're a militia.
I mean, it's not like we're a militia or anything, but it's like more people are being comfortable with the fact that love is not black or white. That's a teaser for something else that's coming up. Love is not just black and white. It's everything in between, okay? And Blackwind laughing because he already knows what I'm about to start doing.
I can't wait.
And it's like, so it's like biphobia, bi-erasure. It's nothing but hatred and the fear of the unknown. You're a grown-ass adult. Get over it. Get a fucking nightlight if you're afraid.
Damn.
But, bisexuals are here. We're not going anywhere, and we're only getting stronger. So, that's that.
So fix your attitude. All right,
From
bitches.
your local bisexual.
For your local gays.
TBH.
For your local gays, I'm the Black Wind.
And I'm Micky Bay.
And this has been...
The colored side of queer things.
I forgot to say it.
Oh,
Good night, everybody. Me and my ass are like, I forgot to say it. What?